This video is sponsored by my friends at Sportsman's Guide, your one-stop shop for all kinds of gear pertaining to camping, survival, and general preparedness. I've been a customer for Sportsman's Guide for a number of years now. I'm happy to have them as a sponsor for the channel. So there'll be a link in the description below and probably one right up here. I encourage you to check them out. I think you'll be glad you did. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose coverage of the 2019 Blade Show, and I've got the honor of talking to CJ Buck here from Buck Knives. Buck Knives is like an American classic. I mean, people, when I was a kid, people talking about buck knife. It was almost like a generic term. So, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us. And what I thought was really cool about Buck Knives is truly like an American family success business.
Yes, sir. No, multi-generational. My great-grandfather, back in 1902, was an apprentice blacksmith.
Wow.
Making knives.
Wow, that is so cool.
So he was finding raw materials and making knives out of them.
And then we did a video a couple years back, I guess it was, the Buck 110 is the classic folding knife.
Sir.
It was like this, that's the 50th anniversary. And still made in the USA, premium steel, and just for like, the price point is like still, for anybody can afford it. You know, that's what I really like. You guys keep things where the average person can afford them. And it's just getting more.
We try, it's getting more difficult.
It is, I know. I remember there was a show that I watched called Longmire. It was on TV. And like one of the final scenes, like there's a Buck 110, and he's like, he get the bad guys. Like that was so cool, you know. So that was cool. So, but anyway, we're at Blade Show, so I thought it'd be cool to look at some new stuff from Buck, right? Because you got the classic stuff.
Yeah.
So
well, more than happy. So I'll let me start off with, you talked about the classic. Right. So this is the 110. It's ebony handle. So one of the new things about this knife right now is that for probably the last 20-25 years, we've been using a laminated birch wood for a handle. So it's a resin impregnated wood for a handle. We just switched back to real natural ebony.
That's cool, because I play guitar, so I'm a fan of ebony. You know, you like those fingerboards, right?
Oh, well, that's where this is coming from. So this is a partnership with Taylor Guitar.
Wow.
So so Bob Taylor went to Africa, and they introduced a village near Cameroon, Africa, how to forest manage.
Right.
And so this village is benefiting by properly harvesting and replanting and sustainably harvesting the ebony, and then the scraps from the guitar is where we're getting our knife handles from. So they're harvesting more efficiently, they're planting new trees, and they're getting every ounce of benefit they can out of what they harvest.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So, isn't that cool?
Yeah, because I've got several Taylor guitars, and Bob Taylor's been at the forefront of that, that sustainable forestry stuff.
Well, conservation, so not to get too far off track, but when you talk about wildlife management, forest management is a big part of the overall habitat, and sometimes cutting down and replanting is a really good forest renewal.
Right.
Anyway, so not to get too far off into that.
That's cool. I did not know that.
So another change for the 110 is that we have introduced an automatic version.
Oh, seriously?
Of the 110. So this is not your granddaddy's 110.
Wow.
This one's brand new. So it's still a lock back. So it's got the button. It's got the button in the front. Launches well. So you still have to use that lock back to unlock it. And then you have to make sure that you get a good engagement.
Right.
Or it'll fly out on you. Okay, so
that should be the knife of the year. That should be the knife of the show. I'm just telling you right now.
Oh, I think so.
It should be the knife of the show.
Well, what we're finding out is they're fascinated by automatic knives, but they also have a nostalgic connection to the 110. Because for a lot of people, the 110. So my grandfather introduced the 110 in 1964. So we celebrated the 50th anniversary of that knife in 2014. So we're at 55 years and counting for the 110. And so people have a nostalgic connection to that, and now they can get it in auto, and it's been really popular.
Oh, wow, that is too cool.
So this is another version of a 110, same blade, same inner workings, but it is a linen micarta handle. So it's super lightweight, it's clip, and it's S30V steel.
Wow.
So it's a high vanadium content
Right.
It's a high carbon, high vanadium steel, and it holds an amazing edge. And in fact, so this is the 112 size of the 110. They're both available, and this has become my personal carry because it's so darn light.
Yeah, it looks like
it doesn't impact my pocket. It's just a one hand, and the S30V holds an amazing edge. It's all I ever use anymore is S30V.
Wow.
Another new one. This is the Sprint. So this is a ball bearing flipper.
Wow.
So very smooth. Doesn't require a lot of flipping.
Right.
And S30V steel, carbon fiber handle, not carbon fiber, G10 handle. We do make a carbon fiber version in this family, and then we make a nylon handle everyday carry version of this family. So this is brand new. This is the Sprint. It's the 840 series, so this is the Sprint.
You know what? Can I see that for a second?
Sure.
Show you something I think is, again, really cool about that. You see what it says on the blade there?
USA.
I really like that.
USA.
You know, it's getting harder, like you said. It's harder and harder to stay competitive, but you guys are doing it, and I really, really appreciate that. And I know a lot of people do, because not only you keeping people at work at Buck, but you're also keeping people all the way down the chain at work. You know?
Yeah. No, that's true.
So,
and I'm telling people, if you think tariffs are a tax, and if you think tariffs are a bad idea, I want you to show your dissatisfaction with tariffs by buying American, because there are no tariffs on these.
There you go. I like that. That's a good philosophy.
And that's the 112.
That's pretty.
I brought one over here to show, but I ended up pulling the one out of my pocket instead. But
that's great.
Anyway, these are great, lightweight, functional, and that's kind of been our story. It's something my grandfather has always felt, that utility is its own value. And so he didn't like gimmicks. He liked putting stuff into knives, and if it didn't deliver function, or if it didn't deliver some type of added utility or value, he didn't want it on the knife. No needless bells and whistles. And you know, when you look at that knife, that is just basic function.
Yeah.
It's the best blade steel we have. It's a really durable handle material. It's lightweight, so there's no extra weight for you to carry around. It's easily accessible. It's a wide clip, so it's a deep carry. It's easily accessible. It's nothing but function. And I think my grandfather would be really proud. He'd probably be more proud of this knife than that auto we got all hot and bothered about.
Right, because
he would love this
just
one,
works, right? Just plain.
It's
just plain
all
works.
function. It's all value, all function.
Yeah, there's a song that I like. It's called "Stuff That Works." It's like it just works. So it's pretty cool.
Yep.
So I'm really amazed. By the way, I don't know if you're even familiar with this, but you know I'm an auto geek anyway. So that is stinking cool. I was not aware that this even existed. So I can't believe I wasn't. I'm ashamed that I wasn't, but pretty cool. Well,
they're
CJ,
legal in Georgia.
They are. Thank you so very much
it's
for
a pleasure.
taking a minute. I mean, it's always, if I get a chance to talk to like somebody whose last name is Buck at Buck Knives, you know I'm not going to pass it up, right? So hopefully this has been helpful. So I encourage you to check out these made in the USA high quality knives, because I've never had any complaints with them. And I remember when I was a kid, one last thing, is it the ones, what's your traditional sheath knife? Like
the 119 special?
119, yeah. Like I was at another booth a minute ago, a knife sharpening booth, and they've got a Buck sheath. That's just, Buck knife. It's like almost like, say, Kleenex, So, well, thanks again.
Hey,
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Survival on Purpose coverage of the 2019 Blade Show. My name is Brian. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.